the gear that is bad, or the LED lamp that is bad, or the horns, or steering, or whichever parts. Police officers will be the one that will go to the spare part dealers to buy on credit, on the understanding that they will be paying by installment. I know your challenges because you were the one that will buy fuel inside that vehicles. So that is not an excuse anyway to be corrupt. But can you help it? Can you help it? The person who sent you there now will not come out to say that he sent you there to go and collect money. Even though by the time you come back, he will definitely ask. He will ask how far. That is the word. I won't say more than that. He will ask how far. But I am saying that you should always be conscious of your environment. We have many organizations. Are you the only one going to the road? There are so many security agencies, both military and paramilitary. Are you saying that it is only policemen now that are involved in these things? But it is only you, always. Why? That is only you. It is time we began to even be cautious, to be respectful. I have seen a situation where a motorist parked without being stopped by policemen and came out and gave policemen money. Private vehicles, commercial vehicles, without being asked. We have officers like that who will only check you and ask you to go. Some officers.
Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀ bí ọpọlọ ikú ó jọ má bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò má rárá.
I agree. So the police officer made a video to advise his colleagues to be observant of their environment, meaning as you want to collect the bribe, don't take it in public. There used to be a time, right, in that contraption when police officers had a way of collecting their bribe. And I kind of remember too. They used to have the drivers get down from the bus or the car, walk straight under that tree there, just like 50 meters away. No, maybe 20 yards away. And they will tell you to go and drop that bribe inside that poly bag, that black plastic bag under the tree, if it's a motorway, like expressway. Or you will see somebody that is selling either bole or agbado, corn, or I don't know, like selling something close by, not far from the roadblock that they are extorting people from. So when you want to pay them the bribe, you will go and give it to that mama that is selling stuff there. So that when you put the money there, the mama will check and tell them that, yeah, and then you can go. But it can't be like, say, people not to they trust themselves. I said the hardship in that contraption skyrocketed or escalated. So the police officers became their own bank. And they they added the extra wallet to their uniforms where they could store money inner and outer. And sometimes they have to count it too. So the police officer is trying to now tell us that, yeah, he understands why they are collecting the money because they needed the money to fix their car, to fuel it. Are you actually being for real, officer? Eh? Oh, yeah, he is. He's for real. I'm going to leave that. Now let's take a look again at the El-Rufai's interview with Sheung last night, right? He said a lot. However, you're just like nitpicking right now. It's okay, yeah, this, because most of the rest are just like irrelevant. But you see where he categorically called out Tifnumbu's illegitimate regime And admittedly, he said he is the one that brought this Tifnubu's hardship and regime on you. And it will be one of those that will also help to get rid of it. However, in the midst of that chat, he sent a kind of like an advice to Amaechi and Peter Obi. You know, both have been, in the recent times, they have been reassuring Nigerians that all they need is just 4 years. They don't have to spend 8. So El-Rufai said that that's not right. And he will advise them to please stop making those promises because constitutionally it doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry, constitutionally it's not right. And every other thing doesn't really make sense. It is your right and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to touch that. He was also asked about his experiment in Kaduna, where he chose to push a Muslim ticket, daring the people of a southern Kaduna. El-Rufai said, well, they would never like him, and they won't like him because he stopped sending their leaders, Christian leaders in southern Kaduna, to Jerusalem or pilgrimage and holidays. That before he came, they used to give them dollars, $10,000, $20,000 to go and spend somewhere abroad. But when he came, he stopped this, so that's why the people of southern Kaduna didn't like him. And he also said that their population is exaggerated. Population of Christians, they are exaggerated. He was their governor. And I tell you, if you let this mofo near power again in that contraption, Tifnubu and his gang will be learning lesson. Not even where the Wike will be close with this Islamic fanatic or extremist, El-Rufai of Kaduna. Watch this.
Has not really unveiled and unraveled all of his plan that he planned for 4 years. It's a 4-year plan, but it's just halfway done, and you think that this government is a failure. In fact, you call this government evil. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
It is fair, and I'm the only person qualified to call it evil because I know evil when I see it.
So this
because
government is evil?
It is.
How? In what way?
30 million people.
Evil is an extreme word to use.
30 million people thrown into poverty. 30 million people thrown into poverty. Look, you know, I met someone, an elder statesman, that told me that the first time he came in close association with the government was 1959, when he was a polling clerk during the during the 1959 elections. And he said, since then, I have seen governments, I've been part of some governments. And as far as I know, every government in Nigeria comes with the right intention to make the country better. He said, except this one. This is the only government that came from day one only to make money for itself and its own cronies. This is cronyism of the highest order. He said, this old man, he is in his 80s, said, I have never seen anything like this. There is not even a pretense of good intention. This is his assessment. He's 80-something years old, not mine. But the results are on the ground. And we are free to assess our government even 2 weeks after by its policies. We are free to do so. We are the voters. We are the judge.
Madam, give me the moment again. Are those who are being the judge and those who will blame?
Now, on the question of people coming out and say, I will do one term, I don't think anyone believes that. I don't think it is right. You should not constitutionally give up what is yours. And frankly, as someone that has been governor for 8 years, and Amaechi and Peter Obi have both been governors, they know the time it takes to make meaningful change in government. 4 years is not enough. So I want to appeal to everyone to stop making these commitments of I will do 4 years or I will do 8 years, because nobody believes you. You will go.
As not really.
When I don't hear, that's El-Rufai, Kaduna, little finger, or Kaduna, little Hitler, but not anymore though, you know. So from the beginning of that statement, El-Rufai said, Tifnubu's policies have shown that even if you give him 8 years, it will still fail. So he's judging Tinubu's government by policies. But at the end of that clip, he said, it is pretty much like it's not ideal for you to be telling people that you will spend 4 years, because 4 years is not enough to make a meaningful changes. Onofunuga and the rest of them inside their ass or rock, they have cut out that part. And they are now saying, hey, CEO, the man that said that Tinubu has failed in 2 years, he said 4 years is not even enough. That is one. Another one is response to the marginalization of the people of Southern Kaduna and the Christians in Kaduna in general. Someone was asking about their population. In a condescending way, El-Rufai said, no, 25% now. Far less from them. And those who are from Southern Kaduna who have heard different kind of demeaning comments, degrading comments from El-Rufai when he was their governor, they probably will be having PTSD now. Like, oh, this guy. Don't get this guy close to any power. People are saying it. Listen to this. Even 2.5 years after leaving power, his countenance, his entire facial and body language, facial expression, body language tells you, right, that everything they accused him of when he was their governor, everything they accused him of in Southern Kaduna is probably true. You watch this.
There's a section of the Southern Kaduna people who have a feeling that there is hard approach of yours to things which gives them a feeling that maybe Nasser El-Rufai hates Southern Kaduna people. They can, what do you say to them?
Yeah, they can think what they think. Sheun, I don't tolerate nonsense. Governance is not a joke. When you are governing 10 million people as I did in Kaduna, you must not discriminate between A and B. Nobody can blackmail me that because he's a Christian, the law doesn't apply to him. Okay? There are people in Southern Kaduna that feel entitled to behave in a certain way, and I didn't take it. I dealt with them. Just as the IMN, Al-Zakzaki's people who thought that they could do anything they want and get away with it, we dealt with them. Al-Zakzaki people are Muslims like me, but I didn't take any nonsense from them. Go and ask them. They consider me an enemy.
How do you then explain to those who think that you are a fundamentalist?
I don't care. The people that think I'm a fundamentalist don't know me. They have never met me. They have formed their opinion. And frankly, Sheun, the reason why my enemies are very vehement at hating me is because I don't care what they think. It's the way I am. I'm very comfortable with who I am and what I am. And I don't care what you think. You know me. Those that worked with me know me. Some of the closest people I worked with in the government I empowered are from Southern Kaduna. They know that this is not true. But there are some entitled Southern Kaduna Christian leaders who are used to getting money every month from the government. $20,000 who are being used to giving $20,000 to go for medical checkup every year. I stopped it. I stopped funding pilgrimage, just as I stopped many other things that are waste of government resources. I will not be popular.
But how do you explain the balance of power when you as a government, and you know the quantum of the Christian community or Christian people in Kaduna State, and those who feel that you never cared, and that's why you had that hearing when you were governor?
No.
Do you regret any of those decisions?
Listen to me. Listen. What do you think is the quantum of the Christian population in Kaduna State?
You think they're insignificant?
No. What do you think? No, I ask you. What percentage?
I imagine maybe 30 or 25% of.
They are not up to that. Okay. So, if they are not up to that, why should they feel entitled to 50% of positions in the government? Southern Kaduna, the 8 local governments of Southern Kaduna accounted for over 60% of the civil service when I was there. So who is talking about marginalization? But for Southern Kaduna leaders to send a delegation to me after assuming as governor and announcing my cabinet to say that they have been shortchanged because they got only 25% or 30% of the positions because they are used to 50%. And I say, okay, on what basis? On the basis of what? PDP was rigging in Southern Kaduna. They were writing results to overturn the elections of the majority in Northern Kaduna. So they will give you 50%. I didn't rig my election, I won. There are 3 senatorial districts. We made appointments on the basis of equality of senatorial districts. But this is the feeling of entitlement that I faced. And it had to be wiped out. I had to bring everyone down to the level of reality. I'm not going to encourage self-entitlement or using violence to negotiate.
Did you support the Muslim ticket in your party in 2023 too?
I did.
And you think it's okay?
It was a political strategy. It was a strategy to win the election. It was not a religious strategy. It was a strategy to win the election.
And it worked?
Clearly. Look, Sean, when you are contesting elections, you look at every variable, look at every index, you look at every criterion that will help you win. Okay? That is what people do. It has nothing to do with religion.
Even if those tendencies seem to affect the fabric of our nation, or what makes...
Listen to me, Sean. So long as we continue to speculate on this, we will not solve them. We have...
The section of the South...
That's all I wanted you to see. And hear. Yeah? El-Rufai, the Kaduna little finger, among other things that he also said yesterday. Here, though, he came back to say there is no room for any repentant terrorist. The only repentant terrorist is a dead terrorist. Coming from the man that went from Kaduna to all over the West Africa and beyond, in calling back the murderous Fulani terrorists to come back to Nigeria. He paid them and he called it compensation for peace. And since then, the Southern Kaduna people especially have known no peace. Now, the same guy is saying that Tinubu's regime is actually paying terrorists in Nigeria, Sha. They said the office of Ribadumb is responsible for paying terrorists in Nigeria. All those rehabilitated terrorists and all of that, guys, they are actually expending billions from the office of the NSA. Terrorists are being paid. I didn't say that. El-Rufai prefer that they should not be pampered but killed. The irony.
Chiefs that served in Kaduna under my watch. One of them is still alive. Farouk Yahya was chief of army staff. He was GOC in Kaduna. I saw him yesterday at a wedding. You can call him, bring him to this program and ask him what we did. What I will not do, okay, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits.
Is that what is going on?
It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that, but that is the policy now. Chase the bandits. That's the new policy. My position has always been the only repentant bandit is a dead one. Let's kill them all. Let's wipe them. Let's bomb them until they are reduced to nothing. And then the 5% that still want to be rehabilitated can be rehabilitated. You do not negotiate from a position of weakness. You don't empower your enemy. You don't give him money to go and buy more sophisticated weapons. That's why the insecurity problem has not gone away and will not go away as long as this policy continues.
If you look,
they can deceive, they can cover up, they can do propaganda, but those that live in Katsina, those that live in Zamfara, those that live in Kaduna, those that live in those states, they know what is happening. Chiefs.
El-Rufai, Kaduna little finger. Very long. The terrorists should not be spared, should not be pardoned, and of course, should not be rewarded. So Nigeria is actually paying terrorists. I want to believe him, but I don't have to believe him because I am aware too. Just not this way. The fact that Nigeria, under this APC, Ebekebe continues to celebrate the terrorists, and they call it, the repentant terrorists, the ones that they are spending tens of billions of your money in rehabilitating, while their victims continue to languish in different makeshift camps called IDP camps, refugee camps. I was reading something earlier this morning, and they said that the internally displaced people in Benue, in one of the IDP camps in Benue, they are now begging the government to do something about snake bites, because people in that camp, children and elderly and others, they have, have the report of snake bites. Now, snakes are kind of like taking over the camp. Their killers get billions and media coverage. Right. Wike has called his media chat again, as usual. I mean, we've been expecting it, haven't we? Remember that a lot happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks that we were expecting with the Wike's reactions. For example, when PDP said they've zoned their 2025 national convention to Ibadan so that they could elect their leadership, get themselves ready for 2027, we didn't hear from Wike. Then PDP met again in Zamfara, the PDP governors and others, to ratify that decision of having their conference in Ibadan. And they warned Wike, don't try anything stupid, though. You better behave yourself. We are not going. Yeah, we didn't hear from Wike. Then PDP also went on to announce the zoning of their presidential ticket to the southern part of Nigeria. I was like, Shahadi, won't we hear from Wike? We have heard from him right now. His first message about the zoning right now is to remind the PDP that, well, you've done well. One, he is not going to contest. He's going to work for Tifnumbu. But still, he will advise the PDP to make sure that they don't bring back Obio. He's been hearing that they want to bring back Peter Obi, and they shouldn't try it. Because right now, Atiku has declared that he's going to contest under ADC. Amaechi has declared that he's going to run under ADC. It is only Obi that is yet to tell his supporters where he's going to run. Now, Wike is hearing that PDP is trying to, maybe they no try him or in his own words.
One term. And he said that he's willing to do one term. And everyone knows that when he left the PDP and went to the Labour Party, he was able to get over 6 million votes. Are we going to dismiss what he was able to get in the last election?
Okay, give him the 6 million votes back. Buy him the 6 million votes. All those who voted for him before will continue to vote for him. You don't understand the dynamics. What happened in 2023 will not be the same. Let me finish. And I don't know where you get. See, this era of your social media, we know the influence of social media, what happened before and this and that. Which party will you going to run? Tell me now. Is it Labour? No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Tell me where you will get the 6 million votes. Under PDP or under Labour Party?
Is the plan for him not to get any political party for him?
That's not what I'm saying.
It's a question.
You know better. Because if you are running, people should now know the party that you are running. Which platform are you running? Is it not correct? We see December, you mentioned. Atiku has said he's going to run in ADC. Amaechi has said he's going to run in ADC. He has not said where he would run. Why are you keeping your supporters guessing?
Are you trying to say that, well, I'm trying to find which party?
So you
now,
let him come to the PDP?
What do you mean coming to PDP? So his own is anywhere he goes, he can go to anywhere. When it's not to go, he goes there. Then when we are free working, he comes. He's a saint, eh? Nobody in PDP. Now you said, there was something you said